Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Menachem Creditor. It's my honor to serve as scholar in residence and rabbi for UJA Federation of New York. We bring you Torah and music, blessing, and community every weekday morning. We've been doing so since March 18th, 2020. Today it is Friday, May 16th, 2025, Lag BaOmer, and many other things. It's been a blessing to be part of this community for a very long time, 5+ years, finding friends from all over the world like Tracy, Bria, Penny, Susie, Larry, Kim, Tara, Kim. It's good to see you. Penny, thank you so much. It is broadcast 1305. It is really that, Penny. Rosa and Joyce, Shari, good to see you. Hi, Barry. Jonathan, Chana, Dale, Boker Tov, friends. Amy, it's good to see you. Okay. In a second, we're going to say a bracha. We're going to learn some Torah and get ready for Shabbos. Anya and Cynthia, good morning. Arlene, you're in Washington, D.C. Good to be with you where you are. Sunday and Jonathan, Deborah, Boker Tov. Susie, you're getting a haircut today. It is Lag BaOmer after all. We'll talk about that in a second, friends. Deborah and Lydia and Natalia, good morning. Today, did you share? Oh my gosh. Natalia, you are marrying your best friend today. Mazel Tov. You're asking us to join you in prayers for a beautiful and healthy, lasting marriage. Amen. Mazal Tov. Everything today is in honor of you and your beautiful day. Mazel Tov. Cecile and Haley, Adrian, welcome back, my friend. Amy and Siona, good morning. Jacqueline. Oh, Natalia, your groom, your husband to be is Nathan. Amazing. Judy, so good to see you. Today, yes, Lag BaOmer, the Israel parade this Sunday with your leadership. Thank God. Susan and Carl, good morning. Ima, hi, nice to see you. Everybody, give my mother some love. She is here, so good to see you. Corinne, Janice, Boker Tov. Valerie, you are in Israel. You're anchoring us along with Chana in Israel where we need to be. Thank God. All right, in a second, I'm going to move on to the bracha. Good to see you. Tracy, you're sharing that today you are burying your father. Bless his memory. We are with you. I shared with Natalia that everything today is for her and her husband Nathan, her husband to be Nathan. Everything also, Tracy, is for you and for your family in memory of your father. Bless his memory. Thank you for sharing that with us. Okay, a few more quick hellos and then we're going to get started. Anava, good to see you. If I missed anyone, my apologies. So good to be with all of you today. Let's take a breath, sing a bracha, learn some Torah. Here we go. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, ay la la la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah, la'asok b'divrei Torah, hafoch friends. I want to read Phil's words of comfort to Tracy. May your father's neshama soul receive an aliyah, an ascent in heaven, and may his memory always bring you peace and hopefully a smile. I'm sorry for your loss. Phil, thank you for articulating what it is to be part of a real and true and viscerally connected community. Rose is sharing right now, and I ask you to join me, friends, in prayer. In prayer. That she writes, "My friends, I ask for prayer. My husband is going into surgery. He had a brain aneurysm. We're at Vassar Hospital. Anyone, if you're local to Vassar Hospital and you want to look up our beloved friend, Rose Maria Lavaca. I hope I'm saying your last name correctly. Lavaca, it's Lavacca. Praying for your husband's safety and health, that the hands of the surgeons be guided with wisdom and grace, and that your heart is held by everyone around you and all of us who are all around you too." Friends, I wanted to take a second just because we're all sharing such deep and real things right now, that this powerful, powerful way that we share care has been defining of this community since the very inception of it over 5 years ago. Please always know that we are here to share love and support. We did it in March of 2020. We are doing it in May of 2025. Blessings to everyone. And for those of who are asking, Arlene, I saw you did, there is a stream on Instagram, on my personal Instagram feed, and also here on UJA's Facebook page. And so there's an interchange here, but there's love on both. Let me take a moment, not to try to weave all of these things, the glory and beauty of Nathalia's wedding, Tracy, the loss of your father, Rose praying for your husband, and everyone else with things going on. Yes, we are, as Linda just wrote, the Kind Souls Brigade. And as Valerie wrote, from Israel, life is fuller with community. Amen all around. This is the confluence of a lot of different ways of counting too. It is broadcast 1305. Thank you, Penny, as always, for keeping track. It is also day 588 since October 7th. And that's too long. Too long. And with all of the politics, which I'm not even going to get into today, it is important for us to continue to put pressure everywhere that we can. It is unclear which pressure will make the difference, so let's make sure it is a full court press. I say so because tonight is a big game for the Knicks. That's not as important as everything else, but I hope they win. Full court press, all the pressure in all the directions, because we need to bring them home now. One of the ways that we are adding energy and exposure to the plight of our 58 beloveds is by UJA supporting a significant delegation of hostage families, those whose children, whose parents, whose grandparents were released, and those who are fighting desperately for their release. The Israel Parade is happening this coming Sunday. UJA has supported it, made it happen for forever. The JCRC, the Jewish Community Relations Council, helps organize and bring elected officials, and thanks to the leadership of our own Judy Kaftal, who is here. She is so passionate about this. She is the reason that it happens, really. So let's make sure, friends, that we put all of our energy into all of this, especially to raising up our 58 beloveds. Bring them home now. There's a lot to talk about, but I don't want to let this special day, because it's also Lag BaOmer, go without us raising it up. Lag BaOmer literally means the 33rd day, Lamed Gimel, of the counting of the Omer between the second day of Passover and Shavuot, when we receive Torah. And as we shared earlier this week, every day has its own spiritual meaning, and we consider, mystics do, every week of the 49 days, so that's 7 weeks, to correspond to one kind of energy from God, and within each week, 1 out of every 7 days also corresponds to an energy of God, and Lag BaOmer is considered Hod Shebahod, splendor within splendor, and in Jewish terms and etymology, Splendor, hod, comes from the word hodaya, which is gratitude. The combined idea of splendor and gratitude leads to humility. The idea that anyone I meet probably has something I can learn from. We surpass each other in countless ways, and to walk through the world when you are splendid, because you are, every image of God is infinitely beautiful. You also, when you walk through the world mindfully, know that the person in front of you has a gift that you don't have. Everyone is more special than the next. What an important thing for us, beloveds. And so when we watch the splendid Yuval Raphael, the splendid Yuval Raphael win a place in the semifinals of Eurovision so that she can represent Israel, our entire people, on the world stage, singing a passionate song that is all about endurance and beauty. And when she comes off the stage and says what gave her strength was seeing friends with whom she survived on October 7th, we know that it's all true, all beautiful, all real, even on the 588th day since October 7th, the worst day since the Shoah for the Jewish people. That we will march on Sunday and we will sing and we will dance and wave our flag proudly in the world, publicly in the world. We are following the lead of a survivor, Yuval Raphael, singing on the world stage, rising like a phoenix. We will mark each other's moments. We will celebrate our weddings. We will comfort each other when we have to bury our beloveds. We will support the healing of those in our community, by which I mean everybody. We are present, and Lag BaOmer is a day that is a break from death. If you don't know the tradition, there is the idea that during the period of time, in the ancient rabbinic world, that Rabbi Akiva's students were dying. That's what tradition says in the Talmud. 24,000 students of Rabbi Akiva died. The why, I don't know. The history, there's a suggestion that they were actually fighting against Roman occupation. A lot to talk about there. But the death stopped on this day, on Hod Sheba Hod, on splendor within splendor, humility, gratitude, endurance, the energy that it takes to be this people that we are, with this flag that's over my shoulder, that waves with the ancient symbolism of a talus, that's those stripes, with a star that is about protection, with blue that is about the mystical connection with God, and with a community like ours of infinite care. We will march on Sunday. We will dance again on Sunday, because the deaths of Rabbi Akiva's 24,000 students that threatened the end of learning itself, the end of Torah, of which Rabbi Akiva might be the greatest champion in Jewish history. Well, his student, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, whose yahrzeit is today, we remember him today, the master of mysticism, fire in his eyes, endurance in his experience. He started it all again. He started it all again. We, as the Jewish people, and a community that includes all of the people who are beloved with us, all of you, we have so many beautiful souls, Jewish and not Jewish, in our Jewish community. How blessed we are to know that this symbol that I pointed to, but this heart that we each embody, takes a page out of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai's book and says we can begin again, we can rebuild with glory, with Hod Sheba Hod, splendor within splendor. I want to share with a story that actually Rosa just mentioned. She wrote, I love the bit about the carob tree protecting them, a tree of life, like the Torah, Amen. Here's the quick story of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, who we celebrate today with bonfires that I hope are protected and done safely in the Jewish world. Last night in Israel, there were a lot of pictures of fires that I really hope were done with wisdom. But that fire celebrates the Hilulah, what we call in mysticism the wedding of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai's soul with that of God's. That's how holy he was, how high he lifted us up. What's the story? That because Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, one of Rabbi Akiva's students, was teaching Torah, an edict from Rome said, "No more Torah." And so he and his son ran into a cave where they lived, according to the legend, for 12 years, subsisting on a carob tree that magically grew in the cave, a stream of water that supported them. Every day they would learn Torah, and when they were done with being awake for the day, they would take their clothing, put it neatly on the side, and bury themselves up to their neck so that their bodies could be preserved. I don't really understand all of this, but it's not for understanding, it's for cherishing. Because after 12 years of pure Torah life, they emerge from the cave when they hear that the edict has been rescinded. But everywhere they look, where people are just living lives as farmers and tailors, they can't imagine a world that isn't pure Torah. And the text says everywhere they look burns. Fire shoots from their eyes. Because what does it mean after all of this to not be purely within Torah? And God's voice comes back to them and says, "For this I took you out of the cave, get back in your cave." They go back in the cave, and years later they come out. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai's student, his son, still can't understand the world that just lives. And Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai's words here are the ones I would offer to us in a complicated way for us to each explore on this holy day. He says, Dai le'olam ata b'ni ve'ani. You and I, with the purity, the ferocity of this Torah, what we have been through, that's enough. Let them live. This Sunday we march. This Sunday we dance. This weekend, Yuval Raphael sings again. She carries all of the tribe of Nova and all of Am Yisrael. And you and I, friends, during these days, whereas we've shared, we are going through our own moments. May we be comforted and strengthened on a day where tradition tells us the death stopped. May it be so. May our 58 beloveds be brought home now. Whatever it takes, may they be home now. May we surround the families of hostages who will be present on Sunday, marching in a significant delegation. May we amplify their voices more than anything else. May we wave our flags with pride, because what the state of Israel represents as a rebirth of the people, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai led in his day, which is the rebirth of our people's heart, with fire in our eyes that will only help life continue. Because that fire, wow, is that potent. May we use that fire to reaffirm our heart, our soul, and our life as a people in the world. We're going into Shabbos, friends. Get ready for it. This flag should be a source of strength. May it ever wave with pride and love and values, maybe even sparkling with a little bit of divinity. May we do everything in our power to amplify the call to bring them home now. Now. Let the death end on Lag BaOmer. Today. Now. Sing with me, friends. Send your hearts to the east. Bring them home now. Kol balevav pnima nefesh Yehudi homia ulefatei mizrach kadima ayin letzion tzofia od lo avda tikvateinu hatikva bat shnot alpayim להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון וירושלים. להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון וירושלים. Bring them home now. Am Yisrael Chai. A happy Lag BaOmer, everyone. Good Shabbos. See you on Monday. Maybe I'll see you on Sunday at the parade.